Welcome to the Face of Music Podcast. What's up, everybody? My name is Matt, and I'm your host. Welcome to week 22. As always, we have the top 10 songs of the week, news from around the metal world, and I have my review of the new Gaveldown album, Hearts Run Black, and some new shows to announce. Let's have some fun, you guys. You ready? Let's do it. Welcome to the Face of Music Podcast, everybody. What's up? How's it going? I hope everybody enjoyed last week's Ozzy tribute episode and my interview with Tyler from Prong. He is absolutely crushing it in Germany right now. Shout out Tyler and Prong. Congrats on 31 years of the cleansing and have a safe trip. So today we do not have a special guest, unfortunately, but I am working on something really, really cool for next week, and I have some stuff planned basically through September at this point. So stay tuned for some exciting shit, but for today we're flying solo, which I'm sure all of you will appreciate, an episode being just a little shorter for a change. But now's a good spot for me to say, though, if you do want to be a guest on the show, whether you are a band with something to promote or a friend that wants to come on and shoot the shit with me, other podcast hosts, if you're involved in music and you want to talk about it, let's get it going. Hit me up. Either shoot me a message on my Instagram or you can always email me at theftmpod@gmail.com. For all my first-time listeners, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Face of Music family. I couldn't be happier to have you guys here. When you're listening, it's our time to just hang out together and forget about the insanity of life. Forget about all the negativity and all the bullshit. This is a politics-free, worry-free, and stress-free podcast. I'm here to talk with you about all things hard rock and metal music, expose you to some fantastic music every week, including 3 unsigned artists every single week, and bring you some fun and entertaining discussions from artists that you know to artists that you may not know yet. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy. For all my returning listeners, welcome back, my friends. Thank you for listening week after week, and thank you for joining me once again on another episode of the Face of Music Podcast. You guys know what's up by now. You know me, you know what I'm all about. Much love to you all. I'm so thankful and so lucky to have your support. Now, speaking of support for listeners new and old, I do have a favor to ask of you. I need your help spreading the word about this podcast. Big shout out to Dead Within Days, to Gaveldown, Riff Haven Audio, Moongroove Records, and Oceanside for legitimately always sharing shit up. You guys are incredible. Thank you so, so much. But if you are listening right now, you're already doing the one thing that I want everybody to do. But if you wouldn't mind, I have a few real easy, real quick, and real cheap ways that you can help even more. Number 1, follow the podcast and listen every week. We're already here. Number 2, follow the Instagram and Facebook pages. Comment on the posts. If you see a poll, vote on it. This may be my podcast, but this is our community. And I like including you guys. I like hearing what you have to say. Number 3, share the page or a post. If you're listening right now, you definitely know somebody else who would also enjoy. So spread the word. Tell them what's up. That's how we create and we grow a community. And guess what, guys? If you did all 3 of those things, it costs you nothing. It helps me, and it helps your scene grow. Any scene. This is not just a Long Island podcast. This is only where I live. This is for the hard rockers. This is for the metalheads, for everyone and anyone who shares a love for this music. I feature unsigned bands every week from all over the country, even a few from Canada at this point. You or someone you know could find your new favorite band right here. I only promote the bands that I truly feel bring something to the table, so I promise you that I won't waste your time, but I also won't waste theirs. I hope you found some new bands to listen to while you're checking out the podcast. I appreciate all the love and support, you guys, and I will never take that for granted. I think that too many people look at something like a podcast and they make it a very self serving, self indulgent thing. And I know full well that I started this not to give myself flowers, but to give flowers to so many others out there who are grinding and trying to make themselves known. The industry is a motherfucker sometimes, and everyone who's actually out there making it happen deserves some praise. That's what it's all about, my friends. I started this podcast back in February. We're about 6 months in, so it isn't really so new anymore. It's under a year old, but it's not, I've been around the block a few times with it at this point. We're 22 episodes deep, but this is a result of a major life change, losing my job. I've talked about it on the show here and there, and it's still pretty upsetting all these months later. It is kind of beating the dead horse at this point, but, it is kind of what it is, right? It was a pretty traumatic thing, truthfully, and it's one of those things you don't see coming. It's unprecedented, and it blindsides you when it does, and especially if you have roots in something, it hurts even more to have it taken away from you. But it wasn't just a job for me. I gave my heart and soul to it for a very long time, and it set back a lot of the positive life changes that were in motion for my wife and I this year. To keep it 100% honest with you, I was extremely depressed. My anxiety was through the roof. I had no idea how I was going to make my next move. So I found a lot of solace in starting this podcast. It helped me out when it comes to just talking it out, to let go of what was keeping me down in life, and it allowed me to grow and discover a bit more about myself, very much like seeking therapy. A therapist will listen, they will ask questions, and they'll help you see things from a new perspective. They can give you advice and techniques on how to make positive changes in your life. BetterHelp is the sponsor of this video, and they're on a mission to make starting therapy easier. Fill out a questionnaire, and you will match with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. Easily switch therapists at any time at no extra cost to you if it's not the right fit. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform that you can trust. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/facethemusic and get 10% off your first month of therapy. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. I appreciate what you do for so many people, and this community is one that means a lot to me. This is a community that, truthfully, if you're a part of it, there's always been a big tie to mental health here. There's always been a thing, if you listen to metal music, that you need blah, 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 blah. People go to this kind of music because it's therapeutic, not to make an excuse for it. I have lost a lot of people in my life to suicide and depression, and even one is too many, guys. So I want to make sure that while I have some sort of a voice for you to listen to, that I am at least providing you a resource. God forbid you need it. If you are in need of therapy, please get it. I wanted to provide this for you guys to make it a little cheaper, a little bit more affordable, and to give you options, because it's not just about sitting down with somebody in an office and making it really awkward and uncomfortable. You can text, you can hop on a video chat. It's really easy with BetterHelp. So if you need that resource, it is here for you, my community, my friends, my family. You guys ready for the week 22 top 10? Because it is about to get heavy. You guys know the drill. You're going to hear all of the clips of the top 10 on Spotify episodes, but unfortunately, YouTube will not let me upload music as a part of the podcast. So if you're watching on YouTube, I apologize in advance. The clips won't be featured. You can still listen to the full songs on the Face of Music Top 10s playlist over on Spotify. The code will be at the end of the top 10, and it is also in the link that's on my socials. 22 weeks in, over 220 songs, over 15 hours of music from artists you know to artists that fully deserve your attention that you might not know yet. Go check it out, guys. As I said before, this week's top 10 is best played loud. We have some insane new shit coming at you, mostly brand new releases too. On this week's playlist, we have After the Burial, Rebar, Black Dawn, Hatebreed, Halo Scars, Orbit Culture, Avatar, Trivium, Bill Murray, and Filter. You want it heavy? Here we go. Kicking us off at number 10 this week, we have a fantastic band out of Tennessee called Halo Scars. These guys are a metal band at their roots, but they do not limit themselves or put themselves in that box. They're consistently growing and evolving their sound, and that becomes more evident with everything that they release. The 5-piece band is always on the road, so if you see them coming through your town, make sure you get out there and you support them. They've played with some real heavy hitters too, like Fear Factory, Nothing More, August Burns Red, Oceano, and Escape the Fate. They've been featured on Orion Reacts, the YouTube guy. He's funny as hell too. So if you know Orion Reacts, go find them and check it out. This band is not fucking around, and I hope you guys love them. They're your number 10 this week. This is Halo Scars with Fault Lines off of their 2024 album Ascension. At number 9, this may be the most unexpected banger of the week. This song is honestly not one that I ever would have expected out of this band. The band Filter. You know them. They wrote Hey Man, Nice Shot. Cool song, but not exactly what I would call heavy. They also wrote that song Take a Picture that you hear on every butt rock radio station out there. Well, last week I was scrolling through Spotify when I heard this brand new one, and I had to double check and make sure it was the same Filter. This new one comes off of a re-release of the band's 2023 album, The Algorithm, and this is a new track that's featured. It's heavy as shit and totally unexpected in terms of what you would assume a band like Filter would put out. Good on them. This is a rager. Number 9 this week. This is Filter with All the Good. Number 8, we have Long Island veterans Black Dawn. Black Dawn have been on the local scene forever. The band will be celebrating 30 years next year. That's incredible. 30 whole years doing the damn thing, playing music they love, and creating moments that they'll never forget. Most bands don't get that lucky. Most bands don't make it 5 years, let alone 30. I just saw these guys again, probably, I would say at least my 10th time seeing them, opening for Prong last month. And as always, fully expected, they crushed it. but they have such a good energy live and they throw down with the best of them. Back in 2019, Black Dawn released their most recent album, On Blackened Wings. It's a 5-song EP. It rips from start to finish. I hope these guys are back in studio writing and recording because they're too good to leave a 30-year legacy behind with only 3 actual releases. Give us one more, guys. At least one more. At number 8 this week, this is Black Dawn with Help Me. Number 7, this band also just opened for Prong last month. Same show as Black Dawn. They kicked the night off and they impressed the shit out of me. They're young, they rip. They're called Rebar and they bring that classic thrash sound. These kids look like they're having a blast on stage and it's so refreshing to see. They have 1 release on Spotify so far. I'm hoping that they drop some more soon, but I also hope that these guys take what they do as seriously as they should because they have ginormous potential. Keep it going strong, guys. You've got something. At number 7, this is Rebar with Feast on This. At number 6 this week, we have the gent powerhouse that is After the Burial. After the Burial have been MIA for a little bit while they work on new material, booking tours, so on and so forth. Earlier this year, they announced that they would be on the Bad Luck tour with We Came as Romans, Currents, and Johnny Booth. They also will be supporting Bleed From Within on the Zenith European tour alongside Great American Ghost. Mid-July, After the Burial dropped a brand new track on Liquid Metal, and a day later it hit streaming. I can't wait for the full album announcement. This song slaps. At number 6, this is After the Burial off of their yet-to-be-announced new album. This is Hum from the Hollows. Number 5, guys, Hatebreed is back. Hatebreed dropped a pissed off new track on July 21st called Make the Demons Obey. Hatebreed is having a fantastic year this year, bringing back Summer Slaughter to its rightful heavy bands and atmosphere. They also just played 3 shows in Europe. They have Louder Than Life coming up, as well as Aftershock. I want to take a second and shout out and best wishes to Hatebreed guitarist Wayne Wozniak, who went into surgery this week to have a brain tumor removed. He had to undergo a craniotomy in order for this to be done properly. It's an extremely invasive and a brutal surgery. I'm praying for you, Wayne. Speedy recovery and best wishes, dude. Turn this one extra loud for Wayne, guys. This is the brand new single from Hatebreed. This is Make the Demons Obey. Number 4 song of week 22. This is a band that is gaining traction. They've had a vice grip on the scene for a few years now. This band is all about NASCAR, PBR, living, laughing, loving, and absolutely cranking hog. A little bit country, a little bit metal. The band Bill Murray. Founded by Attack Attack guitarist and clean vocalist Johnny Frank in 2016, Bill Murray have found their way onto the scene, and they have grown consistently over the last 10 years. Johnny writing comedic songs about your typical Americana lifestyle has drawn lots of attention to the band in the best way possible. Add some of the best musicians to the live band, like Xavier War on drums, Reese Malzum on guitar, and saxophone goddess Gabby Rose, and you have a live experience that can't be touched. Gabby is from right here in New York. She also performed the saxophone solo on the Sleep Token track Emergence. She is incredible. Bill Murray is taking over the world, and back in June, the band dropped the brand new single, which is also your number 4 song of the week. This is Bill Murray showing those country folk how it's done with breakdowns. This is More Than Hate. Before we get to the top 3, let's do a quick recap of the top 10 so far. At number 10, we had Halo Scars with Fault Lines. At number 9, we had Filter with All the Good. Number 8, we had Black Dawn with Help Me. Number 7, we had Rebar with Feast on This. Number 6, we had After the Burial, Hum from the Hollows. Number 5, we had Hatebreed with Make the Demons Obey. And at number 4, we had Bill Murray with More Than Hate. Number 3, we are getting closer and closer to the new album from one of my favorite bands on this planet, Orbiculture. Death Above Life is due out October 3rd of this year. Out of the melodic death metal capital of the world, Sweden. You guys know Orbiculture by now. I've featured them a few times now. If you don't know who they are, I have to ask you, what the fuck are you waiting for exactly? They're one of the biggest up-and-coming bands in the metal world, and they have been on a rocket to the top since dropping Nisha in 2020, which actually just celebrated its 5th birthday, I think 2 days ago. So, happy birthday, Nisha. Keep an eye out for these guys. They will definitely be back stateside next year. And if the new singles tell us anything, it's that this album is going to be a certified rager. So far we've heard the title track, Death Above Life. We have heard the Tales of War. And now just last week, Orbiculture released their 3rd and possibly final single before the album drops. This is your number 3 song of the week. This is Orbiculture with Hydra. Coming in at number 2, this song quite literally dropped today. It's brand new. It's off of a 3-song EP entitled Struck Dead, due out on Halloween of this year by metalcore gods Trivium. Trivium have been back in studio after the US leg of the Poison Descendancy tour wrapped. I should say final leg, because Bullet dipped, but whatever. Trivium never stopped working. They never slow down. This is the first time the band has ever released an EP, though, so that's new for the band. One thing that I need to say about Trivium, They need to do whatever is necessary to make sure that Alex Bent never leaves that fucking band. Alex is a monster, and quite honestly, I feel like he's the best drummer in metal music currently. He's a groove machine, but he's also so innovative on the kit, and this track shows off some of his finest work to date. This is the first track from the Florida metalcore band's upcoming EP, Struck Dead. This is Trivium at number 2 with Bury Me With My Screams. Number 1. This year has been such a good year for new metal. It has been really, really good to us. And I think that it needs to be said because this is one of the strongest years for music in quite a bit. So we all need to take some time and really appreciate this shit. Another band that I've talked about a lot, who I have featured before, who's from Sweden, the band Avatar. These guys are the real deal. They are some of the most precise and skilled musicians in the game. Everything they do is precise and in sync. Everything is so deeply musical before it's heavy. Avatar have blown up huge in the last 10 years or so. They have been more recognizable, more of a draw at festivals, headlining runs for years now. Avatar has always proven they are light years ahead of many other bands, and they have never slowed down. A couple weeks ago, Avatar released their second new single off of what can be assumed to be a new album, but the album has not been announced yet. Avatar will always show such range when they write, and it's something that has to be admired. The first single, Captain Goat, was slower. It was more of a sea shanty type of song. This next single, In the Airwaves, straight up rips. In the Airwaves is also a speculated title of the album, and it's also the name of the tour that they're bringing through the US this fall with Alien Weaponry and Spirit World. Make sure that you get your tickets now. I already got mine. Your number 1 song of week 22 is from Avatar. This is In the Airwaves. You can check out the full songs on the Face Music Top 10s playlist on Spotify by either searching or scanning the code that is on your screen now. Got some show announcements for you guys. Friday, August 22nd at City Sound Studios in Ronkonkoma, New York, we have Hive Mind, Rominer, Rose Lane, Rat Blood, and Lost Becomes playing a very local show, which is kind of uncommon nowadays, guys. Lost Becomes is blowing up. They're going to be the next big thing to get out of here. So this is going to be a crazy ass show. I'm going to try my hardest to get to this one. I still have never seen Lost Becomes live. 18 and up event, $18 to get in. Starts at 6:30. I have to make this as clear as possible, guys. This is a dry show. No alcohol, okay? Please respect the venue. I feel like this shouldn't have to be said, but truth be told, fans fuck it up for the rest of us pretty often. Long Island is running out of venues, so please respect the venue. Don't show up drunk or high. Don't break shit. Have a great night, and let's show up for these awesome bands. One day later, August 23rd, we have a free show happening at Shakers in Oakdale. Cross Island Connect, run by my dude Sam from Bleed the Gods, is celebrating their 3-year anniversary. In Lucid Dreams is dropping their brand new album, and they have a stellar lineup behind them, with PHO making their Long Island debut, Moonwaves, Veilfor, and the return of Monolith Zero. Go check out Monolith's brand new video for their song Neurotoxin right now. Again, this show is free at Shakers in Oakdale. It is 18 and over. It kicks off at 6 p.m. It's a great night of music. And big congratulations to In Lucid Dreams on dropping the album. And just as much of a boost up for Cross Island Connect for 3 years in business. That's incredible. Here's to many more, guys. This show that I'm about to tell you about has been talked about on the show by a few different bands, all separately. By Resist Temptation, by Dead Within Days, and by Pathmaker. The reason that these three have brought this up individually is because every year they do the same show, same lineup, Halloween style show, super fun deal. They're doing it again this year, so it's Pathmaker headlining, and then Resist the Temptation, Dead Within Days, with the opening band Terrigenous, who's a great prog metal band. This is for their annual Monster Mosh show. So every year it's the same location, Polish American Independent Club in Port Jeff, New York. This year, like I said, Terrigenous is opening the show, so this is a special one too, because Resist the Temptation and Dead Within Days are both releasing EPs at this show. Pathmaker, as I said, headlines, tickets are $20. Each band will perform a full set, and they usually throw a few covers in there as well. It's a Halloween show, so the bands tend to like to have a little bit more fun with it. Pathmaker is known to do some random stuff, and usually a medley or two in there. Costumes are highly encouraged. This is a Halloween themed show. There will be a costume contest, and it takes place November 1st, 2025, which is a Saturday. So there are no excuses for missing it. This event will most likely sell out, so do not wait to get your tickets. If you want to buy tickets, contact the bands directly. That's Pathmaker, Resist the Temptation, Dead Within Days, and Terrigenous. With admission, you also get all non-alcoholic beverages included for the night. It starts at 7 p.m. I will see you guys there. So, couple of really cool things in music news this week. Primus just played a show in LA, and fans were treated to quite a few very unexpected guest appearances during the show. Justin Chancellor of Tool got on stage, and Bill Burr, the comedian, hopped on drums to do Too Many Puppies with Primus. Danny Carey came out to do My Name is Mud, and quite possibly the most random surprise of the night, Matt Stone, one half of the legendary South Park creator team, came out to sit behind the kit for a King Crimson cover with the band. Everybody knows by now, Primus did the opening and closing themes for South Park, and the guys have had a great relationship with Primus for a long time now, but this had to have been so cool to experience in the moment. Next up, guys, we have a lot of things to talk about when it comes to Metallica. A couple of rumors to address, and one really big one. So, Lars was on Stern this week to make some announcements, talk about some stuff. Lars was asked about Metallica playing the Vegas Sphere and the Super Bowl in 2026, since the Super Bowl will be in their backyard in San Francisco. Lars did not deny the possibility of doing a show at the Vegas Sphere. He said the band would be very into that, and they're actually aiming to do something after the European tour next year. So that would be insane to see Metallica in that venue, honestly. They're already so big on their visuals and their stage show, and that would be a next level experience. The next thing, Metallica performing at the Super Bowl. Dude, I have been saying it for years, as millions of others have too. Enough of this pop bullshit at halftime. Enough. It's done. It's always mocked. It's always made fun of. It isn't what the people want. You go to any sporting event, you hear Enter Sandman. You hear For Whom the Bell Tolls and Master of Puppets and Fuel. You hear Metallica's music. Well, the Super Bowl takes place in San Francisco next year, the Bay Area, the home of Metallica, the home of thrash metal. There's nobody better suited for the show than Lars, Kirk, James, and Robert. They are the biggest metal band on the planet. They're in the second half of their career, going on 46 years as a band. This would be an awesome show. Lars also dropped some very, very exciting news for Metallica fans. Starting September 1st, 2025, Channel 42 on Sirius XM will be Maximum Metallica. Finally, a whole station dedicated to Metallica. It will be a permanent channel. It's going to be running year-round. If you think that's exciting enough, though, you're wrong. To commemorate and kick off this awesome channel getting launched, Metallica and Sirius XM have announced that right here on Long Island, out in Amagansett, at a very small venue called Stephen Talkhouse, Metallica will be playing an extremely intimate 250-person maximum show outside, rain or shine, under a tent. This is fucking massive. The only way to go is via contest win on either SiriusXM or through fifth member registration, Metallica's fan club. You cannot buy tickets to this event. It's exclusive, it's private. You bet your ass I entered to win tickets. This event takes place on August 29th, which coincides with System of a Down and Korn playing MetLife Stadium. This is going to be massive, guys. And what a cool thing to happen right here on the island, of all places. Congrats, Metallica, for the long overdue channel, and fucking pick me, guys. So, guys, I'm going to do something new this week. You know, I have a little bit of space to fill because I don't have any interviews this week. So I wanted to take some time and go through a review of an album that came out just a couple days ago, actually. If you don't know the band Gaveldown, now is a really good time to familiarize yourself with this band. They are a metal band right here from Long Island, New York. They have been around for a long time. These guys have been around since 2002, so they're going on a 23-year career together. And as I said before about Black Dawn, most bands don't hit 5 years. 5 years is a long time for a lot of bands. And to have these bands see such longevity and have an actual career with their music, it's incredible. So my hat's off to every band that can pull that off. Gaveldown, they are the real deal. They haven't played out in a bit. They've been really working hard on this album, but I'm happy to review it, and I'm happy to let you guys know about it. Overall, I'll start with giving you guys, you know, my song breakdowns and all that good stuff. And then at the end, I'll give you my overall rating of the album and what I thought about it, and yeah, we'll go from there. This is something brand new, so let's give it a shot and see. All right, guys. So first up, we have the track "The Cause." This is the first track of the album on Hearts Run Dark. This is an explosive way to kick off the album. This sets the bar extremely high for the rest of the album. Right away, it's super aggressive guitars, and then the band kicks in with an absolute assault. This song is a big fuck you to the naysayers and anybody that tries to tell you how to live your life and make you fit their mold. We get one shot at this life. We are not meant to live it for anybody else but ourselves. Gaveldown, right from track 1, shows us what they're all about. Number 2. Track 2, we have the song Legacy. As soon as The Cause finishes, the band wastes no time hitting us with the absolute crushing intro for Legacy. Legacy is more of a melodic song, while just as heavy, there is more clean vocals and melody thrown into the mix. The bass really is the star of the show in this one, and they really let the bass sing during the verses, and we get our first taste of some true top-tier guitar work. The soloing in this song gave me the chills. I love dual guitar harmonies, and I know that these dudes are just as big a fan of Metallica as I am, and that was more than evident in the guitar work. This song is about hitting a crossroads in your life and having to pick a path. Trusting your gut despite what others may think, and letting your legacy speak for itself. Welcoming the judgment from others, knowing full well that you have not lost your way, and you just look to take the path less traveled. Number 3, this is the first track that the band released a single for. This is the title track, Hearts Run Dark. This is a song that I find myself singing almost daily. Quite honestly, I think it might be my favorite song on this album. It is so fucking melodic. The lyrics are incredible. I love the harmonies, and the message is legitimately something we all face: burnout. Losing passion for something that you once had a fire for. This isn't just something that happens to some of us, it happens to all of us. It's a totally normal thing that we all experience, yet somehow we all guilt ourselves into forcing ourselves to reignite a dead flame. Nothing will change if nothing gets done. You can't save everyone. It's one of the realest lyrics that I've ever heard. I love it. It's powerful, it's direct, it's impactful, and it's real. This song not only acknowledges the struggle of trying to reignite a passion, but it acknowledges the normalcy and the validation and the acceptance of losing that passion to begin with. It's a great message. Even the reddest of hearts run dark. Number 4. Track 4, Stand. Stand took me on a ride when it comes to who may have influenced these guys. I hear a lot of the bands that I love in this one. From All That Remains to Seven Dust to Taproot to Element 80 to Killswitch. Again, another example of some incredibly tasty guitar work, and this one is definitely a little less on the heavy side, more melodic forward, super bluesy vocal melodies, and it's a great setup for the instrumental track Reposed. This song is about refusing to accept abuse from somebody, to fight against them keeping you down. Too much of this in today's world, too much of this in everyday life. We should never settle for less. We should always fight against abuse and disrespect from anybody. There's an underlying theme in all of these songs so far. Don't take anybody's shit and always be true to yourself. I love it. It's a great message, and it's so important. Number 5. This is a really, really cool, unique song. It's the shortest song on the album, but it has such an impact. The song is Reposed, it's instrumental, it's acoustic, and it reminds me a lot of Silent Lucidity by Queensryche. It's beautiful. There was... A minute and a half isn't enough. I wish there was so much more of it than the minute and a half that we get. It showcases the simplicity and the beauty of songwriting. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be as heavy as possible. But it does have to be passionate, and it does have to be meaningful, and these guys show that in this truly beautiful song. A proper interlude track in an album is a great way to tie your ideas together, and this bridges the gap perfectly while expressing musical ideas that you can feel the emotions from the instruments. On to our next one. Track 6, Wasteland. This was another single that the band released. Wasteland takes us on more of an intense side of the journey that is this album. It wastes no time getting right to the beef of the song. This one is actually, it's another fast and heavy one. And, of course, including the melodic elements that we've grown to expect at this point in the album from Gaveldown. This song is another one that takes me back to the influences that I can hear. Whether they're there or not, I hear them. They're present in the songwriting. I hear early 2000s metalcore vibes in this. I hear Bullet for My Valentine and As I Lay Dying, Unearthed. That fast verse, chunky bridge, melodic chorus feel with tons of guitar harmonies and driving drumming. Lyrically, this song delivers a message of finding light in the darkness, looking at the world and saying, as much of a mess as this place is right now, all we can do is keep living our lives and be the best versions of ourselves that we could possibly be, while shutting out all the negative influences that we get bombarded with day in and day out. Yeah, the world is a bit of a wasteland right now, and if we succumb to that, we will be nothing more than someone who's enabling the mess. We have to rise above what's trying to keep us down and be true to who we are. Excellent message, excellent lyrics to this one. I love it. Track 7, we have Trinity. This one, this song gives me chills. It starts off very somber, acoustic guitar. The song is sung from a perspective of somebody who has passed away, speaking to a loved one who is in mourning and comforting them in the loss that they're still processing and dealing with here. This song gains intensity with the full band coming in, the distorted guitars, but it paints a picture of the stages of grief we feel when we lose somebody. It takes the listener on a very emotional journey through music, through lyrics, and you can feel every ounce of what Kevin wants you to feel through his vocal delivery. The cleans changing over to more harsh vocals, the up and down of melodic to heavy, back to melodic, and extremely bluesy acoustic work, back to the heavy intensity. It's a beautiful ride that we're taking on. Guys, I want to bring up something really special when it comes to metal music in general, as a whole, not just for this album. Metal music isn't about screaming vocals for the sake of screaming. Never once is it that shallow. Screaming in metal music is there to convey emotions. Not even just metal music, but music in general. We see it a lot in rock and indie too. It's there to make you feel something. Music is beautiful. It is powerful. And it's there to make you tap into your own emotions and feel something. This song is a prime example of what I'm talking about. It has the cleans, and we know by now, 7 songs in, Kevin can sing. And we also know, 7 songs in, that he can throw down with the screams and growls too. But it's done in a way to tell you a story, to convey emotion, to make you feel what he's feeling, or to make you feel what he wants you to experience in terms of what the character is feeling in a story, in his lyrics, or in a song. To give you perspective and to grab your heart. Trinity is a masterclass on songwriting, musically, vocally, and emotionally. Track 8, The Last Time. This song is a heavy hitter. This one, again, repeats the theme of don't take shit from anybody. This is about a kid who gets bullied and eventually has had enough and sticks up for himself. Bullying is a topic that resonates with me personally because I dealt with a lot of that when I was growing up in school. And just like we saw in the song Stand, or what we heard in the song Stand, don't take abuse from people. That's not our purpose in this life. We are not meant to be someone else's punching bag. Bullies often project their own shit out on somebody else, and let me tell you, something can be said in a positive light for bullying, and I know that seems weird to say, but it builds character and humility being on the receiving end of that. The bullied always come out better people, and the bullies quite often end up nowhere in life, and they end up taking shit from other people. Always stay on the right side of things, guys. Now, let's talk about the music. This song has a sick drum intro, and it takes us right into a nice build-up before the song explodes into what will be a guaranteed circle pit live. Big Pantera vibes from this one, mixed with a tinge of All That Remains in the chorus. Really cool vocal ideas happening here. The call and response in the left and right ear we hear in the second verse was dope. You hear this much better with headphones. I hope that anytime you're listening to music, you're listening to it in a headphone situation, or your car or something where you can hear those cool studio effects. But that's studio magic, and big kudos to Dan, who recorded, mixed, mastered this entire album at Riff Haven Audio in Levittown. This song builds, breaks, builds, breaks, builds, and then primes us for one of the heaviest sections on this entire record, around the 2-minute 30-second mark of the song. The build-up of this is it's the last time before the song goes into a shred-tastic solo filled with wah and Dimebag-style dive bombs and relentless drumming. The song is going to go hard as hell live. Track 9, Cold Steel Screams. So point blank, pun intended, this is a song about gun violence. There is no doubt that we have a gun violence issue in this country, in this world. Let's put it on a bigger picture here. And as can be expected, this is a hot topic. an angry topic. This song delivers chunky ass riffs, super aggressive vocals mixed with some real dynamics and range. Again, showcasing some incredible guitar playing and a straightforward ass kicker that will make you bang your head clean off of your shoulders. Track 10, the song Paid. Right off the bat, this song grooves like a son of a bitch. Almost impossible to not bang your head through this. This drops to halftime in the chorus, which really opens up the song real wide and gives it that nice stadium anthem feel. It gives the listener a euphoric feel, a huge resolve and payoff in the way it opens up before getting right back to business in the verse. This song is about knowing your worth. You put the work in, you reap the reward. Plain and simple, very straightforward message. Ignore the people that are trying to keep you down. Keep your eyes in front of you and work your ass off for whatever it is you want. As we head into the final song of this album, I want to point out that every single song blends into the next one seamlessly, like one big story. There's such cohesion from one song to the next song that just ties everything together so nicely. A good album makes you pay attention to the music, not the clock. This is the kind of album that you don't realize how long or short the songs are unless you're looking at it. You don't realize how long or short the album is as a whole. It truly does take you on a ride. Now, on to our last song. Track 11, the final track on this album, Gone Like Yesterday. This one is a song that introduces you a lot to the introspection on your life, looking back at what you've done if you were to interpret this for yourself. In its literal meaning, the song is written about the last 23 years of Gaveldown being a band. It's the band's vow to themselves to keep it going and to never take their foot off the gas. This one starts off quieter and immediately kicks the groove machine on high. Super melodic, super anthemic, and really well orchestrated. There's other elements in this song aside from the usual drums, guitar, bass, and vocals. In the chorus, I noticed the use of chimes, which was an incredibly impactful choice. I don't know what it is, but chimes always evoke emotions and give the perspective of something sounding so much bigger and broader. Solid production choice by the boys. The song carries into a true Metallica-esque section, starting with the bass laying a groove down with the drums, which, by the way, Gaveldown's rhythm section is incredible, and that needs to be mentioned. The bass and the drums just sit in that pocket the entire record. They're locked into each other, and that's exactly what you want in a rhythm section. On top of the drums and bass grooving, Kevin and Dan lay down an incredible dual guitar solo section, which is as tasteful as can be, before the song starts to open up again, adding more guitars into the mix, and the band starts to build up and open the song one more time in what I will call the most epic moment of this album. The drums start to really kick in overdrive with the double bass when the solo ends, and then we go back to a very quiet, semi-distorted guitar, similar to how the song starts, but very abruptly as it slowly starts to fade away, closing out this legitimately incredible album. Guys, this album is one that I have been looking forward to for most of 2025, and it hits every single thing that I wanted it to. It's emotional, it's heavy, it's melodic, there's tons of guitar solos, even dual guitar solos with the two guitarists, which is such a beautiful touch. The lyrics are impactful, they're relatable and real. You can feel what the band wants you to feel. There is true storyteller cohesion between every single song, and what I mean by that is every song on this album is going, it's exactly where it needs to be in order to keep that flow going. So every song serves its own purpose for the song before it and the song after it. The songwriting is next level, and the composition, orchestrations of these songs, the dynamics, the vocal techniques, it all lends itself to a legitimately incredible audio experience. Kevin is one of the best vocalists I have ever heard, and I sincerely mean that. His cleans are raspy and rough, yet incredibly soothing and more than enjoyable to listen to. His distorted vocals, all the screams and growls are clean, is the best way I could put it. He's locked in to his craft. He knows what he's doing. The lead guitar work is incredible. Dan, major props, dude. The riffs crush, but the solo work is so tasty and so appropriate for each song. The dual guitar work was such an awesome surprise, and like I said earlier at the beginning, I know you guys are Metallica fans, but if I didn't know that before, it's more than evident now. Very, very nicely done. The drumming is tasty and impactful. It's not overplayed or gratuitous or masturbatory like so many drummers in metal tend to be. Sip proves that not only can he throw down the double bass in high gear, but he can also dial it back and groove for days. The drumming is done in such a way that it suits each song, not the ego, and that can be said for the guitars, the bass, and the vocals too. It is a one band, one sound feel. Bands do not last as long as Gaveldown by having ego. Anthony on the bass, the ultimate pocket player, that is the epitome of great bass work. Lock in and groove. Great bass tone, great playing. It's audible, so maybe you guys aren't that influenced by Metallica. All in all, guys, start to finish, Heart Runs Dark by Gaveldown is one of the most solid albums of 2025. Remove the word local from the equation here. These guys are from Long Island, but these dudes released an album that can and will hang with any big name you put it against. It checked all of my boxes, left nothing to be desired except for more new music ASAP. Nicely done, my friends. I am so happy to have been introduced to you and your music this year. I can't wait to see you take the stage again, and I hope this album takes you guys to the places that you've dreamed of. 10 out of 10. Go listen to Hearts Run Dark by Gaveldown right now. That's going to just about wrap things up for us today, guys. Thank you for your time and your support. Everybody who listens, all the interactions on social media, who tells their friends to listen. I love you all, and I appreciate you more than words can say. Again, the easiest and the cheapest way for someone to support a friend or family member's business ventures is to just help get the word out. I do this for everybody in my life who starts something up. It doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing. It takes zero effort or time. Share the page, like and share a post. Tell your friends about the podcast, about a band that you heard on the show. Stream the music that you heard on the Top 10s playlist. If you're watching on YouTube, crush the subscribe button. All of that goes such a long way, and not just for me, but for the people that I'm helping promote too. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you again on the next one. You have been listening to the Face Music Podcast. Be well, everybody. Be safe, and I will see you again soon. Peace.